Alright, ladies and gentlemen, y'all told me y'all wanted a long form video, and that's what I intend to bring y'all today. I originally intended to bring y'all a video where I take a rival's leaderboard car and try to tune another vehicle towards that target time and beat it. It was basically going to be a tuning and building long form video. The target vehicle was my Toyota Terreno, which is sitting at about 3,000 on the A-Class leaderboard, and the vehicle I chose was the 2010 Volkswagen R. And I spent an hour trying to get the vehicle faster than my Terreno, and I came to the conclusion that this vehicle is just not going to get there. But on the plus side, I could get it to within about 1 or 2 seconds of my Terreno's time. So I feel like that's a success within itself. So I figured, let me take it online and try it against some other people's vehicles and see how it goes. And right away, I'm up against a Skyline. And immediately I can tell there's cause for concern. I'm better in the corners, but he's better in the straight. So he should be able to win this. But then this happens. And this is one of those things that can kind of get on your nerves, but I understand that this is a double left-hand sweeping corner. So it's very possible that because we were going through that corner too wide, that he may have just locked his brakes and went wide into me. So we buckle back down, regain our composure, get back on the gas, get our line back down, try to catch back up to this guy. We've already noted that I've got corners and he's got straights, and with a few corners coming, I feel like I can get some ground on him and maybe get the dub out of this race. So while I'm trying to catch up to this guy, I'll tell you a little bit about the build process of this vehicle. I started off with the wide body kit, sport weight reduction, sport tires, and sport brakes. And in my first attempt to beat my Terreno, this thing felt like I was driving an M1A1 Abrams around the track. I could maneuver that vehicle better in Battlefield 6 than I could in this game. And if you've played that game, you probably sympathize with how poorly my vehicle is executing these corners. My opponent does me a favor and takes out all the guardrails ahead of me so that I can get a perfect exit. What a nice guy. And now we're approaching the final corner, and I don't think there's much I'm going to be able to do to catch up to this guy, to be honest. I just got to hit my apexes perfectly and drive onto the finish line and see what time I log. And if it's anything close to my Terreno, I'll consider this a success. So of course we cross the finish line with some questions in our head. Did that guy push me off the track on purpose or not? If he did, he can't feel really good about me finishing in the very same second that he finished. If he didn't, well, I'm kind of proud of my build. So we move on to round 2. This is the very twisty track, so I know I should have the advantage here. Even though he's able to take off on this straight by T1 or by T2 with the ghosting, I should be in front. And another note, the backfiring flames from the exhaust of this vehicle are so cool. I know other vehicles do it, but so far, this is the coolest one I've seen do it so far. And now we're approaching turn 3, where ghosting will turn off, and I will find out if this guy is dirty or if he just made a mistake. And wouldn't you know, fragile ego syndrome rears its head. I mean, come on, guy. He had the perfect switchback opportunity lined up. I went so wide in that corner. He could have been where he is right now without pushing me off the track. And granted, I wouldn't have been far behind him, but he would have been in front of me, and he could have been playing defense for the rest of the race, and he could have beat me because this track is very narrow. So this guy is distinguished. He's distinguished only in the size of his butthole. But that's alright, because I am going to finish the race. I came here to test my Volkswagen Golf R, and that's what I'm here to do. So it doesn't matter how big of a butthole he is or possesses, I will feel gratified knowing that my car has been thoroughly tested against other players other than myself. And so let's talk about some of the changes that need to be made on my car. It's understeery in the front, and it's tail happy in the back. How does that happen? I don't know, but I know I need to fix it. And I just learned through my Discord and its awesome and knowledgeable new members that I can map a telemetry view button to my controller, or I can just press T on the keyboard to pull up the tire view and tell which tires are breaking traction, which ones have the best traction, and I can make spring adjustments to make sure that all 4 tires are maintaining the best traction that they can. And yeah, that was a shameless Discord plug, but y'all should really join. There is some crazy knowledge sharing going on in there right now, and everybody's really getting better at the game. So obviously the Dirty Rammer won the last round, and please excuse the frame rate and the coloring on this video. I used Shadowplay to record, and this video was corrupted, so I had to take it into DaVinci Resolve, repair it, export it. That's why the coloring looks off and the frame rate might be a little bit janky, but I promise you it's watchable and it's definitely worth it for the outcome. So I sat in between lobbies for almost the full 30 seconds contemplating whether I wanted to go against this guy or not, whether I wanted to put up with this BS again or not. And well, I decided today I got time, cuz. Today I got time. So now we're in B class, and wouldn't you know, he pulls out another Skyline with Godzilla written right across the back. Ooh, scary. And I've just got this Toyota Corolla that looks like it's trying to roleplay as a Skyline. Honestly, I don't know which came first, but they do look very much alike. I should honestly do more research on that. So I'm gonna go for the switchback here. I do accidentally make some contact with his rear bumper and I activate Fragile Ego Syndrome immediately, but I already knew it was coming. I'm prepared for this. I wanna let y'all know that when I encounter a dirty driver, I do not retaliate with dirty driving. I retaliate with clean, professional out driving. Forget beating him at his own game. I'm gonna beat him at the way the game's supposed to be played. He eats a face full of the inside wall and I get a little bit of a breakaway here. And I do contemplate giving him the LOL, but I don't want to party too early. Pride comes right before fall. I feel like if I LOL right now, I will screw myself over. The racing gods don't like a dirty driver, and they don't like a driver who hasn't earned the right to be cocky. So we're gonna hold that LOL to the final stretch. And he did win round 1 already. This is round 2, so this will take us into round 3 if I win this round. He will be forced to race against me one more time. And it's gotta be a little irritating for him because categorically on the straights, all of my cars have been slower. But this is Toge. We care about acceleration and we care about cornering. We don't care about top speed. Get out of here with your top speed if you can't even make a corner. And definitely just hang it up if you can't finish a race without running somebody off the track. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has arrived. LOL, nice car, buddy. We're damn near 3 seconds ahead of this guy with 1 round left to go to prove who is the better driver. And if you've watched any of my videos before, you've definitely seen this episode. For whatever reason, I get this Toge track a whole lot. And for whatever reason, my car is always slow in this section of the race. But that's all right, because my ace up my sleeve is the middle section of this race, and I know if I can just stay close to the middle section, I got a chance on this guy. And I'm more than motivated. This guy has pushed me off the track 2 times now, and we're on the last round. I cannot let it stand. I have got to teach him a lesson. So focus power. I'm sitting forward in my chair and my glasses are pushed right up on my face. And I am definitely drawing some advice from the comments y'all left in my videos, like switching gears on a race transmission, and this corner coming up, how I can be going a lot faster in this corner coming up. This is seriously the reason I started posting videos and creating content, is because I know I'm not the best. And when I started creating content, people started coming into my videos and my channels and my lives and telling me, yo, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. Even just the hate, it all comes from a place of the viewer recognizing that I'm not performing at a level that I could be performing at if I was actually maximizing the game to its full potential. And so far, this has been the cleanest run in any class that I've had on this track so far. I haven't locked my tires 1 time, and I've kissed them apexes almost perfectly. And now we head into Sector 2, the sector where my car should be performing the best. Almost barely missing that apex a little bit, but keeping it on the road. This is the part of the track where my opponent has no choice but to start using his brakes, or he's gonna be airborne off of this bridge. And to me, Godzilla's not looking so scary anymore. Now we're gonna line up the switchback and try to take him where we take everybody else in this sector. Nothing but gas all the way around. But we don't quite have the power to make it happen, so we get on the brakes. He brakes a little hard and gets a little rear end, but honestly, I don't feel too bad about it. It wasn't too hard and he wasn't pushed off the track, so he hasn't been compromised. And he has the power to get by me here, but he's not gonna use it. Watch. I mean, the levels of stupidity to even try to execute a move like this. He was far enough ahead to make that corner without chopping me like that. In his mind, it paid off. He's still far enough ahead. He got the corner done, right? And this corner coming up is tricky for a car that can't handle well, and the Skyline seems to really like to eat barriers. That had to be the most clutch ghosting ever. We just barely make it through the final hairpin, and my opponent is gonna back out because a fragile ego cannot take being beaten. But it doesn't matter because that win is going on my record regardless. Don't be distinguished based on the size of your butthole. Distinguish yourself through quality racing.